What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Zero Lab. Today we're taking a look at a really fun deck in Pokemon TCG Pocket, and that is with the new Garchomp from Space-Time Smackdown. I was really excited when this card was revealed because it has a great ability. We've been looking for a draw ability on a Pokemon to come into the game, and this Garchomp has the Reckless Shearing ability. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. So a very strong draw ability. Obviously, it's on a stage 2, so we need to get evolved up into that stage 2, but we also had the Pokemon Communication card released in the set to help us find our evolutions a little bit more easily. And then the Garchomp has the Dragon Claw attack for a water and a fighting that does 100 damage. But if we pair that with the new Cynthia supporter, Cynthia says during this turn, attacks used by your Garchomp or Togekiss do plus 50 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So Garchomp can hit 150 damage if we play a Cynthia on that turn. We're also combining this with Druddigon. Druddigon has the Rough Skin ability. If this Pokemon is in the active spot, it is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon. Do 20 damage to the attacking Pokemon. This is going to build up extra damage on our opponents, as well as tank some hits for us while we set up our Garchomp in the back line. We also have a Mew EX in here. This is just for any scenarios where, building up 3 energy for the genome hacking can knock out our opponent's active Pokemon. Mewtwo EXs, Palkia EXs, Charizard EXs, those sorts of things. And Mew EX is a very good attacker into those. So one Mew EX, a 2/2/2 line of the Garchomp, 2 Druddigons, 2 Pokeballs, 1 Pokemon Communication, 2 Giant Capes. You could also play maybe 1 Giant Cape, 1 Rocky Helmet. The Rocky Helmets are interesting to put on the Druddigons. Then we have 2 Research, 2 Leaf, and 2 Cynthia. And our energy zone is water and fighting, so no fires to attack with the Druddigons, but I think that's fine. It's just too bad the Druddigon didn't attack for a fighting instead of a fire. That would make this have even better synergy, but I think the deck is still pretty good. So I'm excited to see how we can do on the ladder today with the Garchomp deck. I've played only about 3 games with this, but I am 3-0. I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully we could still get some good wins with this deck on the live ladder here. But yeah, I think this deck is a lot of fun. Garchomp, a fan favorite Pokemon. Cynthia, a fan favorite character. So a very cool deck. We are going second here. That means we get our energy attachment. Open up double Cynthia, double Research, and Mew EX as our starter. Having double Research in hand is nice. Looks like we're going up against a grass deck, so this could be Celebi or Executor EX. Grass decks have become a little bit tankier with the Giant Capes and Shamans and Potions and Ericas. So this could be tough. Looks like they're playing maybe the Butterfree, but we will see. All right, waiting on our opponent. Come on, opponent. Pokemon Communication. We'll see if that finds them the Pokemon they want. Another Caterpie coming down and an Execute. So this is probably a Tank and Heal deck with the Butterfrees and the Executor EX. I want to find more basic Pokemon, so I'm actually going to research before I play that Pokeball. Pokeball obviously could fit thin a Druddigon or a Gibble out of my deck. However, I actually want more basic Pokemon off of this research, so I'm going to play the research before playing the Pokeball. Obviously, we didn't get that, but that is still the correct order of things when you're looking for more basic Pokemon. We did get a Gibble out of the deck, so that's nice. And we'll just attach for turn and end our turn here. All right, we find a second Gibble. We're just going to go a second Research here. Leaf and Gabite. Finding that Gabite's really nice. That means we'll have Garchomp next turn. We'll attach to the benched Gibble. We'll end our turn here. Hopefully we can just tank a few hits with the Mew. Looks like they did get the Butterfree out, so you heal 20 damage from each of your opponent. Or from each of your Pokemon. From each of your opponents. So they are going to be tanking quite a bit. And then we've been giving them a lot of time with this Find a Friend. Sadly, we don't have the fighting energy yet in our Lost Zone, or in our Energy Zone. We will evolve here. We're going to retreat into the Dredagon. I don't really want to use this ability right now, so I don't want to get rid of my Leaf or my Giant Capes or any of my Cynthias. So we're just going to end our turn there. Hopefully we get the fighting energy out of the Energy Zone next turn, or on the turn after next turn. Retreat into the Executor EX. And damaging themselves by hitting into our Dredagon is going to be great for us. That means with Cynthia, our Garchomp will get the knockout. You can obviously heal that with the Butterfree. We're going to Pokeball here. We do have the fighting energy coming down soon. I'm going to Reckless Shearing away the Dredagon. I don't think we need that. Hopefully we can find... Alright. I think we're just happy to pass here. The next turn we should be able to Cynthia KO this Executor if it hits into our Dredagon again. Rocky Helmet coming down onto their Butterfree. I wonder if they're retreating out of this Executor to hit us. Well, they can't even attack with the Butterfree this turn. That's an interesting place to put at. Guess we'll see. They're starting to power it up. Giant Cake coming down onto the Executor EX. Alright, we'll throw up the Garchomp. I'm going to Reckless Shearing away a Leaf. We just want to find our Gabite here. There it is. Alright, we'll have two Garchomps powered up next turn. That should put us in a good spot. I think I want to hold my Cynthias. They can heal 90, but that's not going to be enough. They could heal 90 by Butterfree, Erica plus Potion, but that's not going to be enough. Then Cynthia just knocks out the Executor. So, at least that's the math I'm seeing. We should be all right with a Cynthia to get the KO next turn. Alright, let's see what they do. Attachment coming down to the other Execute. Just an attack into us. Going for a Tails flip here. They did get heads. Unfortunate. That's fine, though. We're going to Giant Cape the active. No need to use Reckless Shearing. No need to even use Cynthia. I think we will Giant Cape here, though, so the Butterfree doesn't knock out. And then I'm going to Reckless Shearing for the only reason that if they play Mars, we just want to have our Cynthias. And just getting rid of that card in our deck is nice. Now if they Mars us, we have a good shot at drawing the Cynthia. Or we're like guaranteed to draw the Cynthia. Alright, Dragon Claw, we'll get the knockout here. It's too bad we don't have a Sabrina or something. I don't know. We could get in a little bit of trouble. I mean, if they flip tails here, we're fine. But if they flip heads here, could, I guess, get in a little bit of trouble. But probably not. I think we're still fine. Tails, 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 tails. Dang. I think we're still fine. I think we also just still play the Cynthia. Like, can we throw if we play the Cynthia? I don't think so. I think we just play one of the Cynthias this turn and we're all right. We're going to see a retreat out here potentially. Like, that doesn't matter. We just need to take one more prize. Yeah. All right. Lock that one up. That deck is good. I mean, the tank and heal on the Executors is really good. We never saw an Erica come down from them. So that was unfortunate for them. Maybe they didn't even play Ericas, but I think you got to play Ericas. I think probably the Shaman line is just better than the Butterfree. But yeah. Want to know here with the Garchomp. Let's go into a game 2. Yeah, I think this deck is a lot of fun. The extra draw from the Garchomp is really good. Obviously, though, it's a stage 2, so it's like you almost want that ability on the stage 1. So, like, I don't know. You just, sometimes the stage 2s, you feel like you need to draw more cards to set them up, and this draws more cards once you have set them up. Like this hand here. Like, what are we doing with this hand here? That's unfortunate. And we're going up against the Wheezing Scolipede deck. Ay, ay, ay. This might be a loss just from our opening hand. I mean, we can try to do something, but yeah, this seems like a tough one. They're already hitting us for weakness. All right, we did top deck a research. That's going to be hugely helpful, hopefully. All right, 2 Gibbles. Hope we can tank one more hit with the Mew. All right, we have to move this Mew now. Hopefully we can top deck a Dredagon. We did top deck a Dredagon. Very nice. Attach to Gibble. Retreat into Dredagon. I imagine they probably play Cyruses in here, but Yeah, that's the best we got right now with that opening hand we had. Leaf gonna let them retreat into that wheezing. I imagine, yeah. I think they could have just attached to the Darkrai there and just poisoned instead of hitting into the rough skin. Trying into another Cynthia. We need our Gabites. We have 8 cards left in deck. 1 Pokeball, 1 Research, 1 Pokecom, 2 Gabites. Unfortunate position to be in here. Like, if we could just get into our Garchomps, we're, like, not in a bad position. Garchomp does plenty of damage. Obviously, our Druddigon getting knocked out here means we just needed a Gabite last turn, really, is what we needed. Unfortunate. Alright, I have to throw up a Gibble. Obviously, Mute EX loses us the game. There's another Druddigon, though. Yeah, this is pretty bad. We will use Leaf to get out into the Druddigon. Attach for turn. End turn. Alright, I think we lose. We'd need research into Giant Cape Gabite. Because they can do 90 just by attaching. Yeah, we lose. Unfortunate draws in that game, but that is sometimes what happens in TCG Pocket. I'm putting double Cynthia, like double Leaf, double Garchomp. It's like those are all the things I want to see, like turn 6, not turn 1. But that is TCG Pocket. Let's go to a game 3 with this deck and get a win. All right, we're going first. Top deck of research was really nice there. All right, we've got our first Gibble. I'm going to save that Pokecom. We don't need to use it right now. We get the jab for 20, doing 20 back to him. Maybe. Yeah, that seems fine for us. Second Gibble, that's great. Attach, evolve. And the turn there. They're doing 60 to our Dragon. No, 80. Oh, they get the knockout here. Yikes. And sadly, we don't have the fighting energy. Otherwise, we could take the knockout. Send up the Gibble. Got a Garchomp. Yeah, that's probably fine. Got a research, that's great. Double Pokeball, that thins our deck even more. That gets Mew and our last Druddigon out. Do I want to retreat into that Druddigon? I think so. All right, the 5 cards left in deck. 2 Cynthias, a Garchomp, and 2 Capes. Stretch gonna do 32 our Garchomp here. So we want to draw into one of the Capes for sure. Cynthia, we're gonna Reckless Shearing away the Mew. We don't need that. Got the other Garchomp. Leaf to retreat. I don't think we need to get the Cape this turn. We'll just get it next turn. And Dragon Claw for the knockout. And we should pretty much sweep from here with Cynthia's. It could get weird if our water energy... If we don't get the water energy out of the energy zone after next turn. But they don't actually have an attacker powered up. They've hard retreated out of that Lucario. So that's actually tough for them. Yeah, we're fine then. There's the Giant Cape attached there. We do have water energy coming out of the energy zone. We're going to go Giant Cape here. And then Dragon Claw for our second knockout. And then we just need one more. They can get a knockout here with Rampardos, but with Cynthia, we actually return KO them. Actually, without Cynthia, we return KO them because they do 50 damage to themselves. So, funny thing, we actually would have lost if this was not a water energy in our energy zone. So that was lucky. And there's the knockout. So 2 out of 3 with the Garchomp deck. And that one game we lost was kind of scuffed. We just didn't draw very well. Yeah, I think this deck is super cool. I'm curious how it does against like the Darkrai Magnezone deck that's been seeing a lot of play. I think it's probably fine against Palkia. as long as you get set up. And again, that's always the caveat with stage 2 decks in TCG Pocket. Can you get set up in time for those basic decks to just destroy you? But yeah, I would say give this deck a try. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And a reminder that we are running a giveaway for Prismatic Evolutions ETB if we hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of February. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video.